How do you know you're rich? You could look in your bank account, of course, but your bank balance doesn't actually tell you a lot about your wealth. Being wealthy is something that affects your lifestyle and mindset, which can't be summarized in a single number. Here are some questions that rich people answer differently than poor people. Number 1. What happens if you quit your job? When you think of quitting your job, what do you think of? Does your mind instantly turn to worry, thinking about all the things that you need to pay off? All my debts, bills, utilities, how am I going to pay them off? Well, this is the first thing that pops into most minds in this day and age, but not for a select few. Through hard work, or perhaps good luck, there are some people who wouldn't have to lift a finger if they so choose when they think of not working. Rather than worrying, their minds go to exploration and discovery, thinking about all the fun things that they would be doing. When you are rich, it's possible to go more than a year without impacting your lifestyle. We've already discussed the significance of having savings or making smart investments in a previous video. Check it out. A clear sign of financial success is realizing that even if something unexpected were to happen, your lifestyle wouldn't be affected by it. Poor people often work for money, whereas the rich make their money work for them. The smarter you invest, the more secure your future becomes. If you want to gauge how well you're doing financially, consider this. The wealthy could choose to stop working entirely and still never go broke, solely due to the way they've invested their money. Number 2. Do I have freedom? First off, what is freedom? Freedom is the ability to make decisions. The more decisions you can make, the more freedom you have. Freedom is also a feeling within yourself that you have an innate sense for. The more stress is on your shoulders squeezes the freedom out of you, which can almost be a physical feeling. If you are stuck in a corporate job, forced to show up at 6 a.m., or you're fired, most people wouldn't consider that being free. However, if you have a remote job that allows you to wake up at 10 every day, well, that's as free as it gets. If you have the freedom to leave and do anything you want, and you're in charge of your life, then chances are you're probably financially well off. One of the major benefits of being financially secure is having options. Poor people trade their time for money, but rich people trade their time and money for freedom. Your days can be diverse, and you don't feel trapped or suffocated by any sense of being stuck. While comfort is undoubtedly appreciated, being overly comfortable can hinder your inner drive to improve and progress continuously. Life becomes multidimensional, and you feel like the world is yours for the taking. You're eager to embrace everything the world has to offer, and you're determined to go after it with all your might. Number 3. Do you look at the price tags? Everything in society comes at a cost, but the value of that cost comes differently from person to person. College kids, corporate workers, and millionaires will have different interactions with their money and how they spend it. It's subtle, but it's definitely there. Of course, if you're trying to save a couple bucks, you'll be looking obsessively at every single thing, making sure it's the cheapest yet suitable item for you. Let's take a look at an example in a restaurant. When you're at a restaurant, being rich brings about a subtle shift that you might not even notice. It's quite intriguing. Back in the days when you're struggling financially, you would go through the menu, and your eyes would be fixated on the price tags, carefully checking the prices of each item. But now, as a wealthy individual, things are different. You already have an idea of what you want to eat, and you focus on finding that particular dish on the menu, hardly paying attention to the prices. It happens so naturally that you might not even be aware of this change. Next time you visit a restaurant, take a moment to observe the way you order food. It can be quite revealing and insightful about how your circumstances have evolved.